Good evening, race fans, and welcome along to round number 10. We're at 10 already. It is the CaseKing.de Pro Series, brought to you by Low Fuel Motorsports, of course. And this evening, brought to you by myself, John Wright, aka Double O Raven. My absolute pleasure to be here once again for the Pro Series. It has been one mighty tournament so far, and tonight, oh yes, it's the mountain that bites back indiscriminately. The drivers will be navigating this evening. Luckily got some sunny Australian weather, no downpour of rain to dampen the spirits. So I'm sure we're in for another absolute barn burner this evening. Of course, last time out it was my beloved Kyalami. It was Sam Gaskell, of course, that took the honours in race number 1, but in the all-important feature race it was Shale Sullivan who topped the podium. Grantis Karekas in second, with Sasha Wasner in third place. Samir Foch making his way up to fourth, with George Boothby in fifth place. Delphant and Lindblom got sixth and seventh, with Minar securing eighth place. Bellick and Giroux ninth and 10th, with Polovchuk finishing just outside the top 10 in 11th. Luboslavski finishing in 12th, with Van Rossum in 13th. Tim Flagg in 14th, and Sam Gaskell, winner in race 1, so reverse order grid. He started in 15th, and that is where he finished. So what has that done to the overall standings, I hear you say? Well, it is a topsy-turvy top of the standings that we have got, that is for sure, because it is Grantis Karekas who is back atop the pile by a mighty 7 points. After 9 races, with over 1,200 points up for grabs for the race winner, we've got 7 points separating the top 2, and only 103 points separating teammates Gaskell and Boothby in second and third in the championship. Delphant currently in fourth, with Minar not too far behind him in fifth place. Shale Sullivan makes his way up to sixth after last week, and Samir Foch as well makes his way comfortably up further into the top 10 after last week's second place. Jack Humble in eighth, with Abe Santema in ninth position. Kevin Bellick rounding out the top 10, but he's only 116 points ahead of Sasha Wasner after a good result last week. I'm sure Sasha will be keen to bring home some more bacon this week. We've got Tepper, Van Rossum, Flagg, Hoffman, Frey and McVeigh all inside the top 20. McVeigh 17th, with Hageman in 18th, Buers in 19th, and Gianluigi Guida rounding out the championship top 10. Yeah, apologies for the tardy start. I think I've got the horse before the cart. Of course, there it is. The Pro... Oh. There is the calendar for the Pro Series, and we can see the format. It will be the 20-minute race with the top 15 reversed for race number 2. That'll be a 40-minute affair, with a 20-minute pit window for the drivers. And of course, the season finale, 90 minutes at the Nordschleife, 25th of September. Make sure you are there for that. The drivers, well, this is what's up for grabs. First place, €2,500 cash from Fanatec. Oh yes, quite the tasty little treat for the pocket. In second place, a tasty little treat for the sim racing setup, to say the least. It's the Next Level Racing FGT Pro Bundle. An incredible collection of hardware there. And of course PXN with €1,000 cash for third place. So that is what the drivers are vying for. As I say, it's Bathurst this evening. What a calendar it's been though. Watkins Glen, Silverstone, Circuit of the Americas, or Track Limits, whichever you prefer. Spa, Barcelona, Red Bull Ring, Monza, Imola, Kyalami and Suzuka and Nordschleife still to come. But as I mentioned, we do have the drivers out around the mountain this evening. We had a fun one in the endurance at the weekend. We shall see how the drivers get on navigating the 3.8 miles that is Bathurst. They're just coming out of the pits for Their first lap of the session. Our championship leader is already out in a very tight train, as we've seen. Qualifying. 80% of the field instantly queued up, waiting to go straight out. Is he right on top of one another? They will, of course, jam on the brakes. Just coming toward Murray's Corner, the final corner of the track. They will queue up, they'll find a bit of space, and then they will take off. It's almost like the start of a rally, really. So we'll see how they go on. Just checking the entry list and come in the last minute. We've got 32 in tonight. Good to see all the championship contenders in there. Of course, there is drop rounds over the season, but with being so close, you really can't leave anything to chance. So I don't think we're going to see the vast majority of the drivers, especially the championship drivers, completing a whole lot of races. Shield Sullivan in 6th place in the championship, and a race win last week. Of course, did race week number 8. Samir Forsh with missed week 7. Still got themselves into the top 10 overall. Jack Humble and Abe Santema missing weeks 1 and 2 respectively. And Kevin Bell is also in the top 10. Missed round 1 as well. And in fact, Abe Santema has missed 3 rounds so far. So he's actually gone over his drop round. So he's going to have 2 no-shows, or 2 0-pointers at least, for his drop round. So he's going to need to bring home some points, and he's going to stay in contention. We're still on board. We're still on board with our championship leader, and we're going to look and see exactly what the drivers have to deal with. Of course, the cutting, the third big test of the course. You can see just how much the track undulates through every single part. A very public road when it's not being used for racing, and the surface will certainly reflect that. Very little in the way of actual flat, smooth tarmac. Plenty of smooth tarmac, but it does like to roller coaster down into Skyline. So much interaction with the curbs through here. Does avoid the one on the right. Keeps it nice and close to the wall. Bit of tyre squeal there, so there was a bit of lateral motion that he didn't want. You can see the rear spoiler of the car ahead just moving that little bit further ahead. So yeah, even that tiniest bit of squeal, that's a tenth or two. Clean out the window. No slipstream advantage, more importantly, no dirty air, I don't think, at this range. Should be okay for that. The Conrod straight, the only change that's ever been made to the track, of course, turning to the right hand side. The course did go on. If you've seen the iRacing video, you know about jumping the barrier. But yeah, there was a lot of cars ending up in gardens and the hotel on the right as well. So this little chicane, one of the heaviest braking zones in the whole of motorsport, was added back in the 70s, I believe that was. 86 actually, so miles off. Absolutely miles off, so there we go. And crosses the line. We've got times coming in. It's Karakas that's top. He's got a 159.3. Sam Gaskell behind him. Starts the lap with vim and vigour. He's already a 10th up, and he's less than a 10th behind Delphant in 3rd. Boothby with an early shout at 4th place. Kreuselberg in 5th position. And that's just moved because Everson has just taken the top spot. The Mustang is mighty. And it is Visceral Esports that have got the top 2 spots at the minute. Everson and Karakas first and second. O'Sullivan jumps up to 3rd. Manor have got a time, neither does Lindblom as yet. So a few more times still to come in. But certainly the championship contenders that are in the race have posted their opening times. Karakas leading the way out the championship chargers. Everson with the top spot all to himself. It is ridiculously close once again. Less than 2/10 of a second separating the top 6. And then it's 4/10 back to Kreuselberg in 7th. Bellick also in the 59s. The last driver in the top 10 to be in the 59s before we get to Pilotic. 2:277 at 9th place he finds himself. And now what is that? 300s behind Jan Boucher. This is one of these courses. It is not the easiest to get a lap in, but the drivers do know it well. They've spent a lot of time around here. So if they can hook it up, it is going to be very close. Kreuselberg with a yellow flag. He's stationary. Everson definitely isn't. Oh, and Gaskell missed him crossing the line there. Whoa, wow, okay. So it said he was level. He's found some time out the last corner. He's done a 59.212. Oh, that's Boothby. My apologies. It's Josh Boothby, his teammates. That's why I still said 255 competition. It's Boothby that's done a 212. His teammate Gaskell has done a 262. So that's Karekis down into third place. Team 255 staking a claim for the front row of the grid. Oh, Jan Boucher just jumping back to the pits. We've got plenty of action in the chat. I think we've got a joint chat again this evening. So yeah, a lot of chat will be in German as well. As you're watching. A big thank you to Morisek. Hope we've got that one correct. And Celine. I believe that is SS1LL3NN. Apologies. But yeah, thank you both for the follow. Jumped in just before the stream started. Thank you very much. Welcome to everyone on YouTube as well. If anyone's got any predictions for this evening, other than of course opening lap cold tire carnage around the mountain, yeah, do feel free to pop them in. As Shea O'Sullivan has done a 1 minute 59.150. They are getting quicker. 32 degree track temperature now. Is that 1 minute 58 worthy? They're certainly trending that way. So yeah, 59.150. Well, that is very quiet. My apologies. I'm having some ongoing audio issues. Hopefully we're okay. O'Sullivan back to the pits. He's yellow flagged. I like that livery. On car 32. Andre Robinson. Very nice. Okay, the Fusion car. We'll get a good look at the liveries, of course, when we do the grid rundown. Mario Hoffman, sorry, for Colourworks Racing. They're currently 30th. Oh no, there we go. 31st. Andre Robinson has just been overtaken as well. And there we go. Everyone is now set a time. So we do have times from all 32 drivers. Well, we've got 6 minutes left. Wow. Time flies when you're driving quickly. Gaskell still at the top. Oh, and it has shuffled a bit actually. Everson's back to second with a 59.067. He's just about to leave the pits, and then we've got Gaskell with a 59.050. Oh, do we see a 58? Do we see a 58? It's a question we'll get an answer to in about 6 minutes time, maybe sooner. David Lindblom in the Honda, one of the manufacturers, looking to bring the fight to the Mustang. It's yeah, front 3 rows Mustang walkout. Bellick just exiting the pits. We've got Flake on a yellow flag, Van Rossum as well. I think he's just pulled over to let a car on a flying lap through. Yep. That's Samir Foch in the foreground. There's no mistaking that beautiful livery of his. Of course, designed, yeah. Emotes, Pepegas, all that jazz. All added to his car by his viewers. We'd love to see it. Michael Frey is what I'm looking for. There we go, 15th. Michael being an absolute sensation in the post this season. I believe it was Circuit of the Americas, gave himself yeah, a real good shot at a very good result. That'll be Curse of the Commentator, we call that around these parts. What we've got, 4 minutes left. We've just about got enough time to sneak in another lap. Of course, the outlap itself does take a while, as we see Gaskell round Hell's Corner, still got the top spot. No improvement on that last lap there. He does have a car very close to him. Everson just coming to the end of his lap. Tim Kreuselberg threatening to wrestle away a position or two. Giroud and Bellick are going to be looking over the shoulder if he can keep it together in the Aston around the mountain. Easier said than done. Yeah, it seems like a lot more than just over 2 miles. when you're actually driving this. Nice and close to the wall, very good. Finds himself another 1/10 of a second. This could be heading for row number 4. Oh, now he's flattened out there a little bit. We'll stay on board, we'll see how he gets on over the hump under the barriers. What have we got in less than 4 minutes? No one else on an improvement, so let's see what the Aston can do. Oh, and that's a lot of wrestling going on. He's managed to contain it though. Is he safe? No, he's not. Oh, he's instantly lost a couple of tenths there. As I was saying earlier, those the merest of lateral movements, that little squeal of the tyres, you know they've gone too far. 9th place. He was absolutely threatening a low 1 minute 59.5 there. Brings home a 6.20, which is still a lot quicker than I could ever go around. Yeah, not quick enough to reach row 4. Guida just with the yellow flag. Lots of beautiful scenery there as well for us to look at. Thank you, cameraman. Appreciate it. Gaskell coming around the last corner. We've got 2 minutes 50 right, so they've got a time for this and one more lap as well. Ooh, Delphant with the yellow flag along the Conrod straight, so that's his lap gone. Oh, and Gaskell's already off that flyer. Through Hell Corner. And yes, once again, I will mention more than once during the race, I'm sure, that I think Forest Elbow and Hell Corner should swap names. Boothby with a yellow flag. Gaskell is threatening purple here. He was almost a 10th up out of turn 1. He will go through turn 2 and up into the cutting where the real work begins. All the tyres squeal, but he is showing as purple. Ooh, now, so too though is Iverson. Right, okay, so they're finding time across the line and out of turn number 1. It's just carrying it over the mountain that seems to be the issue. I mean, it's only the mountain at Bathurst, goodness me. We'll see what Gaskell can do for this lap. Yeah, Everson looking good as well. No, oh no, my apologies. David Tepper is on a lap here as well. Francis Neo's just yellow flag. Tepper looking at a position here if he can bring home the 2 tenths he's got. Oh, Tadic, yellow flags out with the last corner. Strekalowski straight back to the pitch, so that's his qualifying done. Sam Gaskell is getting very close to the end of the lap. There's no improvement at the moment by the look of it. He might manage to squeeze a thousandth or two here. 59.050 crosses the line. 59.232, so 2 tenths off, and Everson's just lost that time. Everson was the 10th up and he's lost that time. Sam Gaskell is back out again. He did have time for another lap. 30 seconds left. Will Everson have time for another lap? Does he have time in his pocket to take pole position? This would put the pressure on Gaskell for his final lap. Oh, and Gaskell's just, he's showing purple. Boothby yellow flag. His qualifying's over. Karakis is still out on track. So is Delphant in 4th. Kreuzelberg comes into the pits. 10th place will be his best hope to start this evening. Oh, Everson's down. Everson lost an absolute hatful of time as I was looking away from the screen there. He's ended up with a 59.7 on that previous lap. That's not what we've come to expect. Oh, and now I didn't even look up quick enough to see if he crossed. Or sorry, I didn't look up quick enough to see if he was quick enough to be on a timed lap. Now it is shown as purple, so yes, he is. Where is Sam Gaskell? He is coming down the mountain. He's definitely not riding 6 white horses. There is one mighty Mustang propelling him though. He's got Shiel Sullivan just ahead of him, shade down on his lap. Looking at that distance, yeah, no, he's not going to be getting any. Not going to be getting any slipstream. Won't be getting any dirty air either. to the chase. Oh, nicely done on the grass there. And he pulls into the pit, so he's not up on his time. He's coming in to the pits. That's him done with qualifying. Shale Sullivan's coming as well. Everson's still up on track, and Karakis is just coming through the last corner complex now. It doesn't look like he's up on his time. He is going to finish this lap though. Bit of tyre data. Data, my dear Watson, for I cannot make bricks without clay. No improvement for Karakis. Boothby. Now he is finding a bit of time. Sullivan and Delphant have done exactly the same time. 1 minute 59.150. Sale Sullivan set it first, so he will hold the time. But Boothby could about to be. Oh, he gets ahead of Karakis. Does get the 150. He was borderline 140 there. Absolutely outrageously close times once again. As I said, the drivers know this track inside and out. Yeah, they know this track inside and out, so to see such matching times, can't say I'm even remotely surprised. Okay, Sam G, just keep those peeps open. Oh, is Sam a bit under the weather, or what's going on with Sam? Won't let me do that. Let me see if I can just bring up the Kawali results. There we go, full confirmation. Sam Gaskell taking the top spot. Interestingly, no purple sectors for Sam. Everson in second place with a 59.067. Gaskell with a 59.050. Absolutely wild. Just ahead of him. Everson, quickest in sector number 2. Then in third place is Shale Sullivan, who was quickest in sector 3. Eric Delphant with a 1 minute 59.150, matching Shea O'Sullivan over the whole lap. Their sector times are ridiculously close. George Boothby, quickest driver in sector number 1 with a 1 minute 59.162 overall. His time in sector 1 was a 37.910. That's been matched by Lindblom in 9th place. He's done a 37.910 as well in sector 1 in the Honda, but can only manage a 159.570 overall. But yeah, we could expect fireworks in the opening lap from the Honda if it's matching the Mustang and taking purple sectors. Where do we get to? Boothby in 5th, Karakis in 6th, Michael Frey in 7th, and Polovchuk in 8th place. Lindblom in 9th, and Bezulov rounding out the top 10. Of course, we've got... That's not on. We do have race number 2. This is a 20-minute race, a full sprint. The drivers will go from start to finish. They'll be hoping for no trips into the pits. I'd expect a couple of drivers, unfortunately, to make their way in there for damage. And then race number 2, the results from race 1 will be carried forward to race 2, and the top 15 will be reversed. So the winner of race 1 will start in 15th, and 15th in race 1 will start in 1st place. There is penalties have been changed slightly so as not to benefit someone given a penalty in race 1 to then get a better starting position in race number 2. The full details of that can be found on Low Fuel Motorsports website, where you absolutely need to go. Get signed up to the socials, and more importantly, get signed up to race. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of racing to be had. And yeah, as you can see, lots and lots covered. So make sure you go over there and get yourself signed up. We are... we'll bring the grid run down in a moment. Just bear with me a second or two.
Seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds.
Here we go then, it's round number 10, it's 20 minutes of Bathurst. Out on track, of course, first place is Sam Gaskell. Grantis is leading the championship. Sam is in first place for tonight's race 1. It's Everson starting in second place. On the second row, Shay O'Sullivan for Visceral Esports. Very good time for Shay once again. Row number 2 will be filled with Eric Delphant, the NRG Sim Racing driver of the 59150. Just ahead of George Boothby, 255 competition, starting in 5th place. In Visceral, championship leader Grantis Karekas starting in 6th place. The Mighty Mustangs indeed. And Michael Frey, I did say he was having a mighty season in the Porsche. He's starting in 7th place tonight. 8th place, Gladiator's competitions, Pavlo Polovchuk in the Aston Martin. A lot of manufacturers here now, love to see it. David Lindblom, the Sim Seniors, let's go team. In the Honda, starting in 9th place. In 10th, it is Ruslan Buzilov, another Porsche, love to see that. Tim Kreuselberg starting in 11th place in the Aston Martin. In 12th place in the BMW, it's Kevin Bellick, Bellick GT Racing, of course, 59.630. In the 59th and outside the top 10, Pascal Giroux for the Freelancers in his Aston Martin, starting in 13th, with Lawrence Van Rossum starting in 14th position for Unicorn Racing. We have got Jan Boucher, the Eurobeat intensifies, as yeah, I'm sure the drivers' heart rates are as we head to the start line. We've got Fabian Buers for Alpha Racing Team in their Aston Martin, starting in 16th position. 17th, Gianluigi Guida, beautiful Ferrari. In 18th position is Lubolavsky for the Sunset Outrun Audi, with Samir Fosh, LFM content creator extraordinaire. Look at that livery, phenomenal. 19th place for Samir this week. Strekalowski in the Aston Martin, starting in 20th position, 2:230, just ahead of Adam Pens in the Samurai Racing Team Mercedes. 22nd position, it's David Tepper for SL Racing, 2:332, and then it is Jent Bars in the Ferrari, starting in 23rd place. 24th, Sanel Tadic in the Ferrari. 25th is Cody McVeigh in the McLaren. It's not often we see McLaren. McLaren used to be the meta car, very much so. Not now. We've got Tim Flagg, another Ferrari driver, 26th position. Mario Hoffman in 27th for Collar Works Racing. Kevin Manaram for Close Quarter, starting in 28th place. We should just about make this Franginio for Top Racing TV, and in fact I'm going to bin that because the drivers are just about to start, so apologies to the drivers at the back, but here we go. Round number 10.
Green light, goes okay.
It's green lights, it's foot down, it's flat out, and it is flying into turn number 1 for the top 2 on the grid. It's Gaskell and Everson, they're swapping positions, and they're swapping them straight back again. Gaskell retakes the lead on the way out of turn number 1, but he's certainly picked up a whole lot of slipstream that he's handing out to the drivers behind. It's Aji Werdel's, O'Sullivan, Delphant, Boothby, Karekas, Frey, Polovchuk, Lindblom and Bezilov. The top 10 all making it through very safe. Is he thinking about it in turn number 2? Of course he's thinking about it, but he doesn't go for it sensibly. So Bezilov suddenly taking positions. Lindblom losing a handful of places going into turn number 2. He looked like he was mounting that curve. It looks like he's going to lose 2 through the cutting as well potentially, and that's not some place you often see overtakes there, but certainly the BMW, Kevin Bellick, that's a very good start for him. Up in position, Lindblom down 3 after all that promise in sector 1. Yen Bars with an early tumble down the order, and Sanel Tadic making up 2 places to 22nd. So great start for him, but it is Sam Gaskell that's had a great start as well. Certainly Everson was still, wow, look at the way that car bounces over those curves. And that's perfectly normal for these drivers. They are more than happy when the cars are doing that because they're expecting it. They just gather it up, I believe they say, as he gathers it up into Forest Elbow. Keeps it out with the wall on the right, as you would expect, and it is absolutely nose to tail the end of lap 1 on the Cornrod Straight. It's Gaskell still leading, Everson second, O'Sullivan and Delphant third and fourth, Boothby fifth, Karekis sixth, Frey, Polovchuk, Bezalov and Kreuselberg rounding out the top 10. And of course Kevin Bellick in 11th, David Lindblom, as I say, down 3 positions, so the Honda showed a lot of promise in quali, couldn't quite bring it home. Samir Foch in 19th position, being closely followed by Strekalowski. Everyone's being closely followed by the driver behind at the minute. Big drop down the order for Kevin Manaram though. Oh, Manaram, car 15. We'll see if I can grab a replay of that in a moment or two. There was a couple of incidents. Oh, and we've got everyone going side by side. As Grantas Karekis is an absolute cracker of a crash by the look of it. He's carrying a whole lot of damage. We're going to jump to a replay and see what's going on with our championship leader. So he goes up the inside. I think that's Sam Gaskell. No, it can't be Gaskell, it's Boothby. Gaskell's further up the order, of course. Yep, so there was a little bit of door banging there. He does look like he's carrying a bit more damage than that. Oh, my apologies, I've hit the same one twice. Ah, goodness me. Oh, more yellow flags. Bezelos is down to 14th. Tadic is tumbling down the order as well. Okay, so that was that one. My apologies, we've gone for the same replay twice, but I can bring up the next one. Okay, so here we go. Firmly in the slipstream. He's got the Porsche behind him. Had a look up the inside. Mounts the curve. Oh, loses a whole lot of momentum there. Does he take a little tap in the rear here? No, okay, so there wasn't a major contact. No, he just seemed to have lost time. Let's get back to the live action with everyone chopping and changing positions and see what's going on. Jan Boucher suddenly rocketed 5 spots up the field. As Bezalov it is that has indeed dropped 4 spaces. Polovchuk down 15. Van Rossum down 17. So Polovchuk has had a colossal crash. He has tumbled down the order. Let's see if we can catch. Okay, so he's going stationary out with the last corner. He was going very slowly. I think he's missed his brakes completely in the last corner. He was stationary when we jumped on board. It doesn't look like he's carrying any damage. That is quite a little... Oh, there we go. There's a slow Porsche on the exit. There's cars everywhere, and that's what's caused that. We'll go back to the live action and see if we can make sense of who's ended up where very shortly. Jan Boucher. He's not being put off by the walls. That's him up another position. Kevin Bellick is the BMW that managed to avoid that pink Porsche on the exit, and he has definitely made hay while the sun is shining. That's him up in 7th place. So comfortably in the top 10. The race leader, still as you were, Shields Sullivan, doing his best to find himself a double overtake to take the race lead. He's got Delphant in close proximity, to say the least. Oh, wow, that's 5 minutes gone already. 32-degree track temperature, cheeky little 3 km/h wind, so it won't be overly adverse for the drivers, but it'll certainly keep them on their toes. So down the mountain we go. Oh, Boucher with the yellow flag. Oh, he's just on an accident. Let's see what's going on. I'm trying to keep up with where everybody's jumping and make some kind of extrapolation. But it looks like Boucher has had... Nope. So side by side through the cutting. Oh, yeah, a little bit of contact there. Just another car is bouncing into the wall right beside him. Sorry, we're still checking on the top 3. Well, it's top 1 at the moment actually. Gaskell now 6/10 up on O'Sullivan and Everson. They're only 3/10 apart. Delphant 7/10 down. Boothby in 5th position. So yeah, the top 5 have all held their start position. Then Frey up 1, Bellick up 5 spots. Great result for Bellick. At the minute it's Fabian Buers, of course, in 15th place if you're looking to start race 2 in the lead. What is this? Re-entering this brings it back for a couple of seconds. Okay, this is odd. The audio cuts out for me, but it doesn't on other channels. Oh, okay. Just checking. Also, some say thank you for the follow as well. There's the link to the LFN patron in the chat too. Hopefully everyone can get the audio working. Anyone does have any issues, give it a shout. We'll look to fix it. It is crazy close, just outside the top 15. As we can see there, Bezilov, the pink Porsche, has been absolutely in the war so far. And it doesn't look like it's going to get much easier for the rest of the race. He's being absolutely hunted down by Cody McVeigh, who's propelled himself through the field so far. Polovchuk still 15 down, so he has lost a couple of spots. Let's just do that. Oh, going down the mountain, that sounded a bit sketchy on the brakes. But he has survived. Almost puts it back. He's got a wall of Ferraris ahead of him, and then of course that Audi as well to deal with. 3 Ferraris, sorry. Oh, now that looks like Samir Foss is carrying damage. Oh no, there's a bit of scraping on the front, sorry. I thought I saw a Mustang with the flapping bonnet there. He's certainly had a bit of bad luck this season so far. There is the Sunset Outrun team. Looking to outrun the Ferraris behind them while catching up to Buers ahead. Buers had an incredibly good start to the race. Up 2 spots, Foch up 6 as well. And he's separating himself nicely from the field. Up to 13, so yeah, when the reverse order kicks in, that'll give him a decent starting position. Lindblom looking for a move. Karekas still carrying damage, not 100% sure where that came from. Still, but certainly Lindblom looking to take advantage of that. Karekas struggling to hold on to 8th position. And it just goes to show you what a fierce competitor is. If he actually gets overtaken by Lindblom, he'll have a better start position in race number 2. But he's not going to give up the finishing position in any race for any reason. It doesn't matter what's going on in the next one. Karekas holding the inside line nicely. Then Honda, with all that straight line speed, not able to outgun the Mustang. It's going to be a tricky one over the mountain. As we've seen. In fact, we'll jump on with Lindblom. Nice bit of lateral motion from both cars here. Lumislavsky and Guida still battling away with viewers in his Aston Martin. We have had 2 cars into the pit so far. Van Rossum's been in to get damage repaired, and Tepper has been in to get damage repaired. It is Bathurst, absolutely no surprise. In fact, the only surprise is there isn't a couple more, to be fair. Usually you'll get about 10% of the field. Love that corner. So much fun to drive this. Although if anyone knows how to get a Ferrari 296 around this bottom corner or has any setup tips, it would be much appreciated. And he's been a bit wide of the apex there. That's going to cost him time on the straight time. He really didn't want to lose his 10th leg. He's losing positions over the mountain. Hoffman taking a spot there. Nicely done by the Colourworks team. And also Streckerlovsky out of Skyline takes the spot on McVeigh. Polovchuk looking to take back positions. He's just taken 3 on that last lap there on his charge back up the field. So he's only lost 12 places so far. Let's see. Gaskell now a second ahead of the battling Everson and O'Sullivan. Yeah, this is when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. It's pretty much what we've got going on here, and we've got Eric Delfant waiting in the wings, or certainly under the rear wings. If these drivers get too close, he will take both of the positions. These 2 that we're watching both know that as well. So it is a 3-way game of chess at the minute. I like the sound of the engines bouncing off the walls. And I'm sure Gaskell will be enjoying the sound of his engine bouncing off the wall, because it's the only engine he'll be able to hear now. 1.3 seconds. Is the gap that he's got. Let's have a quick check on Lindblom and the gang and see how they're getting on. Very close indeed. Pascal Giraud, the freelancer Aston Martin. He is right in this battle as well. So too Jan Boucher, who's already made leaps and bounds through the field, although he's back down to 11th. That's still quite the start in this field. Up 4, he's got Kreuzelberg behind him. Let me see. Oh, we've lost the driver. Lost two, in fact. One of them was oh, it's not Crossover. Sorry, no. Who was it that was down 15 places? It's amazing how quickly that escapes your brain when you suddenly, oh, that list of 32. It's now only 30. Which two were missing? Jump chat is alive, so Chris, of course, say hello to them. Oh, and he's going for it. As I look back to the screen, he's pulling up on the inside. Well, sorry, the Honda's trying to take it on the outside. He's got it through the chase chicane. That is a worldie of a move there from Lindblom, and Kaleikis lost a lot of momentum there, and this could be 2 for 1 here as Pascal Giraud could pile on the pressure. Nope, doesn't manage to do so, but that is a very, very, very good overtake and a very poor time for me to look at the other screen with the timing tower. But yeah, there we go. The damage on the Mustang, very little he could do there. The top end of that Honda kicking in massively. He's got the outside there, but of course he's got the inside on the way out with the chase chicane. A little bit of a wiggle there as well from Kaleikis, so doing well to hold on to the back of the car. Couldn't quite hold on to the position, and he's now been thrown from one battle straight into the next because he's now got an Aston Martin all over the back of him. As you can see, heading up the hill, they are pretty close. No one's close to Gaskell. O'Sullivan certainly is still close to Everson for the final two podium positions. Gaskell doesn't look like on screen, but that's a huge gap between them over the top. 1.5 seconds now between those two. Boucher and Giraud, they're having a battle right over the top of the pound. It's amazing how close he gets. Stekelovski. Oh, we've lost another driver as well. We're down to 29. Well, let me just quickly check. Yeah, we'll check the server in a moment. We do have a couple of penalties that have come in as well. Let's see, I don't think it affects anyone up at the front of the grid. So a few penalties from the drivers to carry forward. Oh, I think it's one of the Hondas that's backed out. So who do we have on the naughty list? We've got car 23, 10-second penalty for causing a collision on lap number 1. That's Franginio, so he's picked up 10 seconds. We've got a 15-second penalty for car number 8, who's no longer in the race. That's one of the high rankers as well. And penalty for car number 11, that is Kreuzelberg. So Kreuzelberg's picked up a 15-second penalty for a lap 2 incident. We've also had a warning for Boucher, avoidable contact on lap number 3, so he's been given a warning for that. No penalty. We do have another couple of incidents that are being looked at. We have lost no notification on any server issues, so it does look like the drivers are retiring, unfortunately. Yeah, the mountain don't mess about. Neither does Sam Gaskell. 2 seconds as we have 4.5 minutes left of the race. He'll be looking to bring this one home. Everson's managed to fend off the advances of O'Sullivan so far. Delfano got a lot of white flag action. Nope, they are all still moving. Samir Foch, 15th place, so still up 4. But he is down 2 in the past couple of laps. So he is maybe carrying just a little bit of scraping there. Certainly the Audi having its way, and Guida certainly looking to have his way. He's made himself up a place in the race so far and is looking for another one. As Polovchuk comes into the pits. So Polovchuk, he did get disconnected from the server. He has reconnected, so he's back in. Good to see. As you see, see the leader cross the line, and Delfant crossed the half-second mark. There's less than half a second now between him and O'Sullivan. So O'Sullivan is going to have to pull out some pace here. He's going to be more hurried to get that overtake done in the next 4 minutes. 3 minutes 40 left, so they'll finish this lap. And then one more, so yeah, we've got 2 laps left. Sorry, to complete this lap, and then one more to go. It's Sam Gaskell who has led from start, well, almost led start to finish. Everson did have his nose in front for about half a second or so, in and out of turn number 1, but Gaskell retook the lead, and he's held on to it firmly ever since. And oh, Boucher is close. Boucher is very close. Thought about it and up the quarry bend there in the cutting though. He's got nothing doing at the moment. He's going to have to go offensive and defensive, and this is the issue that he's got. If he tries to make a move and doesn't make it stick, he's going to lose the position with the car behind him. So it's a 4-way game of cat and mouse. And again, massive kudos to Grantis Karekas. He is carrying damage on that car. If he was to be overtaken by the cars currently chasing him, it means he would start race number 2 in 3rd place. At the moment he's going to be starting race number 2 in about 7th. But yeah, he is absolutely flat to the wall to bring home as many points as he can in every single race, and it's going to be a tough one here though, with 2 minutes left to go. It's a lot of slipstream for him to be giving up. Although the Aston sluggish out of the final corner down the mountain, and that gives Karekas a bit of space. Jan Boucher and Kreuzelberg though, they do look pretty close behind, and in fact Kreuzelberg in the Aston Martin looking at, in fact he was looking a bit wobbly there, for being honest, the dynamic MS car. He's managed to gather up. Sam Gaskell gets another lap complete and another few tenths of a second separating him from the rest of the field. No such luck for Everson though. He's now got 3rd and 4th place with an 8/10 of a second, and Eric Delphine, he's done enough and not being on the podium. He's going for it. It is the final lap. It is the final lap with a minute and a half left to go, and he thought about it around the outside of the quarry bend but couldn't pull it off, so it is still O'Sullivan holding on firmly to that podium position. Everson will be breathing a temporary sigh of relief as the 2 behind go side by side, but he's got a tenuous 7/10. Oh, Giroux looking for an overtake, he's got it done. Oh, Karekas has finally succumbed. The Aston Martin gets him outgunned for pace and superior aerodynamics, but Karekas absolutely not giving up on this one. He's been forced to the outside line, or driven out to the outside line. Very clever position in the car by the Aston, and again it's cost Karekas time on that corner exit, and Boucher looking to pounce as quickly as possible, not looking to give any quarter to any of the drivers around. None of them do, and we love to see the elbows out and the Firm But Fair Racing. We've got a raid, is that English or German channel? It is the German channel, but welcome into the Raiders anyway. As we see Boucher throwing it in, he knows this is his last chance for romance and a potential 10th place. Karekas currently in 10th, coming along the Conrod Straight though, and already into the chase is Sam Gaskell. He is going to round the last corner, but Everson, O'Sullivan and Delphine still behind in that order, as well as the 3 are absolutely nose to tail. Oh, now is he actually going to get another lap here? He is. My apologies, there is one more lap because there's 1 second left. There's 4 seconds left to go, so these drivers are going to get to do it all again. Let's go. So Delphine still looking to get the position on O'Sullivan. He's still looking to get past Everson. Boucher and Karekas are having themselves an absolute ding-dong battle here. Boucher not able to get past Karekas, catching right back up to Giroux as well. He is keeping him firmly on his toes, as Kreuzelberg has most definitely dropped off the back of this little battle, that is for sure. But these 3 still very much in tow. Lindblom got himself a nice bit of clear air front and back, so he's looking good for an 8th place. Strekalovski and Penzes. Penzes are a fairly quiet race so far. Where have they gone? That is Rancano. Franginio, he is carrying damage there still. But yeah, Penzes up 3 places. Yeah, some of the midfield runners have had some really good races. Schwartz as well, up 8 spots for the Apex Predators. So it's not only the Apexes he's been sneaking up on, and he sends his McLaren up the inside. Hoffman looking to defend, can't do so. Schwartz holding on to 22nd place. McVeigh up 6 positions. Yent Bars as well up 7 places to 16. So some good gains through the field. The mountain, I tell you, absolutely anything can happen at any time. And even on the last lap, you can find yourself suddenly propelled up 10 spots. Let's see if Delphant can get himself up any positions. Gaskell 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Now the top 5 have stayed in the same positions as they started out. He's getting a nice bit of toe, so is these 3. Is anybody going to try anything across the line? Of course, Sam Gaskell, the only thing he's going to do across the line is pump his fists in the air as he is the first driver to see the checkered flag at race number 1. Round 10 of the CaseKing.de Pro Series, and it is Everson and O'Sullivan rounding out the podium. Delphant in 4th, Boothby with a relatively quiet race, to be fair, in 5th position. Michael Frey up a spot into 6th in the post. Then it's Bellick in 7th, Lindblom in 8th. Giraud is going to see the checkered flag for 9th, just ahead of Karekis, who did manage to fend off Jan Boucher to hold on to his 10th place. Boucher, of course, then in 11th, Kreuzelberg crossed the line in 12th with Buers in 13th, Lubolavsky in 14th position with Bars in 15th place. Samir Foch up 3 overall, finishing in 16th. Strekalowski in 17th with Pinzez in the Mercedes in 18th position. Cody McVeigh inside the top 20, started in 27th. My apologies, sorry, started in 25th, made up to 19th. Guida in 20th with Flake and Schwartz, 21st and 22nd. Hoffman and Robinson, 23rd and 24th with Manaram. My apologies, where have we gone? With Manaram finishing in 25th, it's in Tepper and Rancano, 26th and 27th. Franginio in 28th, and Van Rossum and Polovchuk, the 29th and 30th out of our 30 strong field. Of course, 2 cars not making it to the end. Most importantly for him, though, Gent Bars, we will see a Ferrari start on the front row for race number 2. Hurrah, said the completely unbiased Ferrari-loving commentator. That was round 10, race number 1, of course. We've got race 2 coming up very shortly. The drivers will go back round the mountain. This time, of course, 40 minutes. There is that 20-minute pit window as well for them to observe. So they will be coming in for a quick stop. Yep, so the server will reset and we will jump back in. We'll get the results, the confirmed results up on screen. A couple of penalties coming through as well. Oh no, sorry, my apologies. We did all the penalties. A couple more warnings came through. They'll, of course, carry on into race 2 as well. So we'll see. Oops. Yeah, we'll see how the drivers get on in race number 2. The pit entrance as well. Pit lane penalties could absolutely be a thing. Could absolutely be a thing. Let's see. Sorry, my apologies. Just looking to see the results. Yes, we do. There we go. Confirmation from race number 1, round 10. Gaskell did indeed take the top spot and the fastest lap with a 59.335. Not too shabby at all. Everson finished in second ahead of O'Sullivan. 5 Mustangs up at the top. Incredible showing from the car. Delphant in 4th and Boothby, of course, in 5th position. Michael Frey, incredible season he's having in that Porsche, finishing in 6th position ahead of Bellick in the BMW. Lindblom in 8th and Giraud in 9th position in that Aston Martin. Grantas Karekis, our championship leader, Finally succumbed on the penultimate lap to Pascal Giraud's advances, ended up in 10th place. Jan Boucher finishing in 11th position. Great race for Jan, and quite a few others as well. Kevin Bellick up 5 spots, not too shabby in this field at all. Fabian Buers in 13th. Lubos Lavsky confirmed in 14th, and Jent Bars confirmed starting first in race number 2. Samir Foch in 16th position. Strekalowski in 17th, with Adam Penzes in 18th place. Corey McVeigh in 19th position. Gianluigi Guida in 20th, and Tim Flake finishing in 21st place. Rafael Swartz finishing in 22nd after starting in 30th. Not too bad at all. Mario Hoffman starting in 27th, he finished 23rd. Robinson in 24th, with Kevin Manaram confirmed in 25th place. David Tepper and David Rancano finishing 26th and 27th. Fran Janio in 28th, with Van Rossum in 29th place. Polovchuk finishing in 30th place. Of course, Sanil Tadic and Ruslan Bezulov, the two drivers that didn't finish, Ferrari and Porsche respectively. Of course, Bezulov started the race in 10th place, so it was quite the tumble he had after that incident in the first race. Jent Bars was cooking, we've got in the Twitch chat. He certainly was. He is going to have to get the camp stove out once again and do some serious cooking in race 2, because he's going to be starting from the front of the grid. The drivers this season, of course, all vying for these incredible prizes. €2,500 from Fanatec for first place. It's the next little level racing FGT Pro bundle for second, and €1,000 for third place after the 12 weeks of racing have decided where the championship will be going. I think we can get a cheeky little update on the standings. Right, okay, yeah, not much has changed actually. The standings effectively the same. Because, of course, with it only being the shorter race points, it's going to instantly show as the drop round for quite a few drivers. The first driver in the top 4 that there's actually registered points for is Shale Sullivan. He wasn't here for round number 8, so he's got a 0. So the 530, of course, considerably more than that. So he has got the points, but certainly the standings are much the same as when we went into the start of the race. Still only 7 points between Karakas and Gaskell, with Boothby 103 points down on his teammate Gaskell in third. O'Sullivan in 4th place there. Sorry, there's a lot of eminent and going on this evening. He's about 100, just short of 100 points, sorry. Back on Boothby. So yeah, we've got Visceral Esports in 1st and 4th. We've got 2nd and 3rd is 255 competition. So yeah, nice little battle brewing between the teams. We'll get race 2 in a moment. I'm going to pop up some highlights. My apology, I do need to fix something in the background. Never complain or explain, they say. But yeah, I'll be back in a moment. Here are some of the highlights from race number 1. It's round number 10. It's the CaseKing.de Pro Series of ILFM. We'll be back for race number 2 very shortly indeed. Of course, the top 15 will be reversed, and it's been met with differing opinions by some of the drivers, as we've heard in the interviews at the end of the race. Of course, we'll have the top 3 from this week's race. Race number 2 joining us in the commentary box as well, hopefully. We'll see how we got on with that. I'll just check. We'll just go and jump over and make sure we get into the server as soon as it opens. And again, a quick reminder, we've got the 20-minute pit window as well for the drivers to navigate when they have to come in to the pits. And yeah, looks like we are up and running. We are locked out with drive. Right, we'll get a last minute grid rundown once the cars are moving. They've got 3.5 minutes left. I believe we've got 30 back in for this one. Indeed we do. Yep, 30 drivers back in. It is Jent Bars, of course, who will start on the top spot. No pressure at all in the Ferrari. He's going to be followed by an Audi, an Aston and an Aston. That is quite the start to this one. And then Boucher, of course, in the Ferrari. The first Mustang, Grantas Carracas, starting in 6th. Again, could have been a much better starting position if he'd just let a few more cars pass carrying that damage, but he fended them off fairly magnificently, it has to be said, so well done to him. But yeah, 6th place, the only Mustang in a sea of alternate manufacturers. Lindblom in the Honda, Bellick, and of course Michael Frey starting in 10th. He's definitely going to be one to watch. But Boothby will then be leading the charge of the Mustangs. Himself, Delfant, O'Sullivan, Everson, Gaskell, and Samir Foch, 11th through 16th, all Mustangs. So we'll certainly see what they can do. Track conditions very similar to the start of the previous race, although we're starting at 30 degrees. The previous race, of course, was 32, and we do have a little bit of cloud cover this time as well. Nowhere near enough to see any rain before the end of the race, unfortunately, but we can certainly dream. We can certainly dream. So there's the juice. 2 minutes. Make sure you all stay hydrated, folks. We've got, about a minute and a half left to go before the drivers navigate their way around here. Then, of course, it'll be next week, Suzuka. That will be the penultimate week, and it will be the last week of the current format, the 20-minute and the 40-minute race. We'll be switching, of course, to the 90-minute finale for the Nürburgring. That is going to be an absolute cracker of a race. Just an insanely good course for overtaking action. And these drivers, insanely good at overtaking, and no reverse order grid. So I do think quali around there is going to be the closest we've seen all season. The time between 1st and 30th is going to be very, 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 very close. Very close indeed. So yeah, make sure you do get tuned in for that. Of course, the socials and all the links are in the chat. Make sure you jump on to the LFM Discord. Get yourself involved in the racing. The link for Patreon there as well if you want to help support LFM. There are some events coming up which have been announced, I believe. The big one, of course, 1st
20
of
seconds.
November, 1 o'clock Central European Standard Time, GT3s, GT4s, and the Cup cars will be
10
racing
seconds.
the Nordschleife for 24 hours. Oh yes, another 24 hours of the Nordschleife. So do make sure you get tuned in for that one. That is going to be a very, very, very special race indeed. Absolutely cannot wait to get that one underway. Let me quickly. Okay, so here we go. The starting order is Jent Bars, who is going to start in first place. There is Lewis Lavsky in second in the Sunset Outrun Audi. Then Fabian Buers for Alpha Racing Team in the Aston Martin. He's joined on row 2 by fellow Aston driving Tim Kreuselberg. 5th place, we've got Jan Boucher. Eurobeat intensifies, everything's going to intensify lap 1. This is going to be very good. Visceral Esports and Championship leader Grantis Karekas starting in 6th place. We've seen what the Mustang can do around here. Surely a hot favourite to win this race. We've got Pascal Giroux for the Freelancers in 7th position. He'll be joined on row number 4 by David Lindblom in the Honda. On row 5 it will be Kevin Bellick in the BMW. He'll be joined by Michael Frey, an all-German affair, on the 5th row, with the Porsche joining the BMW. In 11th position it's going to be George Boothby, leading a mighty marathon of Mustangs, because he will be followed by Eric Delfant in 12th, Shea O'Sullivan for Visceral Esports in 13th, Eversen for Visceral in 14th, Gaskell for 255 competition in his Mustang in 15th position, and Samir Foss, the LFM content creator, his Mustang starting this one in 16th position. 17th will be Strekalowski in the Aston Martin. In 18th place, Adam Penns in the Samurai Racing Team Mercedes. We've got Coney McVeigh in the McLaren starting in 19th place, and rounding out the top 20 for race 2, Gianluigi Guida in the Ferrari. Absolutely love the Dragon on there. We've got Tim Flake, SL Racing Team, starting in 21st, ahead of Raphael Schwartz for the Apex Predators. Going to be one to watch in this race as well in that McLaren after his efforts in race number 1. Mario Hoffman for Colourworks in 23rd position. 24th is going to be Andre Robinson for Fusion Racing Team. And in 25th place, Kevin Manoram for Close Quarter Racing. In 26th is going to be David Tepper. In 27th it will be David Rincano, the Predator Racing Team. And then in 28th, Alex Franginio for Top Racing TV. Do a phenomenal job covering the LFM races as well, of course. Then is Lawrence Van Rossum for Unicorn Racing in 29th, and bringing up the rear for race number 2, round 10, Pavlo Polovchuk, the Gladius Competitions car. Had a bit of a rough time of it in race 1. Found themselves in the pit for a pit stop, and that was them down to the back of the grid. As you can see, along a very sedate pace along the Conrod Straight. That's the last time that'll be happening this race. Here we go. 3.8 miles of mountain madness for our drivers to navigate. Let me get the penalties up as well. Start number 2.
Go, go, go.
And there we go, green light's foot down flat out, and flying into turn number 1 goes the Audi Lubislavski. Oh, and there's been big contact. That is going to cause problems at turn number 1. That's why it's called Hell Corner then. There we go, we're going to go 74 wide as Boothby looks to try and make up 17 positions in one go here. They're 3 wide with the Aston Martin on the right hand side, keeping everyone on the left close. That's a lot of contact on the straight there. A whole lot of door banging going on. I hope Boothby's got a nice firm grip of his wheel. Oh, and he's braked it back out of that. The car's moved over again and made contact. That was some really... I don't want to just go and throw everyone under the bus and say silly driving there, but certainly Boothby was on the receiving end of a bit of extra contact there that was not required. It was when he braked it back out of the corner, the full contact was made. Lubislavski still going in first, Barston second, Perez in third place. It's Bellickman, Kavrekas already up to 5th position, Kreuselberg in 6th, Giroux in 7th position, Michael Frey now up to 8th, and Sullivan up to 9th. Gaskell ahead of his teammate Boothby. Now, who was it that we... Oh, now, yeah, I do think it was actually Giroux. I'm furiously trying to find the replay. Right, let's have a look here. Oh, now, was there a bit of door banging going on beforehand? Well, we're going to forbidden chase cam. Oh, yeah, so you can see here that he's not really got nowhere left to go. And yeah, as he brakes, and yeah, so it was Giroux that he was door banging with there, and as he braked the back out of the corner, that's when he found himself with a car very much alongside him. Kareka's got another car alongside him. He's looking for another position early doors. Lubislavski still holding on to the lead. Everything is freezing on me. Please don't do this. Jan Boucher down 8 positions. Oh, it was Boucher. My apologies. It was Boucher in the Ferrari on the straight. It was the Ferrari. Yes, indeed. Number 16, Jan Boucher. And I've just hit the replay button again, my apologies. It's going pear-shaped rapidly. Yeah, so this is the sequencing that again, it was Boucher's Ferrari that found himself smack bang in the middle of all those cars. He is down to 13th position. Yeah, both ended up going very much sideways there, and Boucher and Boothby taking the brunt of that. That could have caused some real problems for the rest of the field. It did not. Samir Foch has dropped 2 places. Adam Pentez in the Mercedes, I think he has tumbled down. He's trying to take avoid an accident. Everson is down from 14th to 15th. Down to 29th place. That deserves a replay as well. Oh, did he get caught up in this incident? Let's have a look and see. So from 15th position, Iverson in the Visceral Mustang comes round Hell Corner. Oh, yep, slow car ahead, fast car behind, and a whole lot of pile up. That is what the mountain does best, unfortunately. Lubislavski though, what he does best is take the lead out with turn number 1 and disappear off into the distance. That's exactly what he's done. Grantas Karekas is very much keeping an eye on that though, as he is about to take another position by the look of it. No damage on the car this time, flies along the corner straight. He's got the Aston Martin on the inside. He's going to have a very good line through here. Gets it done before the first apex. Absolutely nailed on. That's Karekas onto the podium. Did someone say race favourite? Sam Gaskell in 8th position now. He is leading the charge of the Mustangs. It was his teammate Boothby, but he's now separated from Boothby by last week's race winning Shea O'Sullivan. 9th place for him at the moment. Giroux in 11th with Lindblom in 12th place. Strzekalowski in 15th. Swapping positions with Cody McPhee there, having a phenomenal battle through Hell's Corner. And McPhee right out on the curbs there. And he's got himself past Strzekalowski. That is an absolute slingshot he's got out of the first corner. Can't get out the Aston Martin in a straight line. He's going to absolutely have to, because that is one Samir Foch and one Tim Flake. Look at the pace the Mustangs got over the... Oh, and that's not what either of those two drivers needed. It's exactly what Samir Foch needed though. A little bit of door banging up ahead, and that is an easy position for Foch. That's one of the easiest overtakes you're going to get around here, that is for sure. Heading up through the cutting, he's got Flake, McVeigh and Boucher just ahead of him. Boucher, as we saw in that opening straight incident, much further down the order. Strekalowski with the yellow flag. Lindblom is close. Kreuzelberg as well. Fabian Buers is coming under serious pressure. Oh, as he's missed it. That's Michael Frey in the post. Completely misses Skyline. Almost collects himself a couple of Mustangs on the way down. And yeah, that caught my breath a couple of times there. Michael Frey, I'm sure it caught more than just his breath as he was heading down the mountain. It doesn't actually show as an incident, although it does look like he had an early accident. Oh yeah, so he got kicked off the curbs there as he got surrounded by Mustangs. Yeah, they're much better in a straight line. He's given a whole lot of slipstream there to Boothby, who tried to use it to sneak through, and in fact, while we've been watching that replay, Sam Gaskell has managed to get himself ahead. So that's Gaskell up to 7th position. Boothby still in 10th, with O'Sullivan in 9th place. O'Sullivan up 4, of course Gaskell up 8 positions. He does love to win race 2. Oh, sorry, my apologies. No, it was race 1 last week, so yeah, race 2 this week. Nice little mirror that would be. Karekis only 1.3 second down on bars. Bellingham, Kreuzelberg swap positions out the first corner then. Kreuzelberg losing out to Bellix, the BMW, giving the Aston Martin a bit of the old what for out of turn number 1. Oh, and he's managing to hold on to it. Gaskell will take advantage of the battle that's going on there. Quick mention to Polovchik as well. He's already made it up to 19th place, so a tough race 1, but he's certainly looking to make amends in race number 2. He's got Strekalowski and Foch not far ahead. Guida's dropped down to 30th position. And he started in 10th place. He's not carrying much damage, so he's taken some. Oh no, has he been at the pits? Yes, he has. He's had to come at the pits to get damage repaired. Grantis Karekis. He's got the fastest lap of the race so far with a 59.5. That will tumble because the temperature is going to tumble as well. And he has got 2nd place firmly within his sights. I think we all know what's going to happen here. No shade at all on Yent bars, but we've seen what the Mustang can do at this course. And if you know the Ferrari, it's a good all-rounder. Great car, the Ferrari. When it comes to top-end speed, the Mustang might just be that little bit quicker. As we can see, they'll get very, very close indeed. Karekis positions the car exactly where he needs it. Keeps the Ferrari as far over the left as he can, sails through the corner, yeah, not even a fight from the Ferrari. And at this point too, through the chase as well, the Ferrari can certainly fight back. It is a bit nimble through the corners, but Karekis, no loss of momentum there. Oh, as Delphine gets position, Lindblom is tumbling down the order, he's off. Lindblom is off. Double accident reported for him. Let's see if we can get a look at what's happened here. Quickly on a helicam, please. So here we go, coming along the Conrod Straight. He is certainly eyeing up the overtake, and he's got a good run up that inside line. Oh, more door banging on the straight. That did potentially seem a tad excessive there from Giraud, but we will let the stewards worry about that, because that's their job. But that did seem like a silly bit of door banging there. Lindblom will definitely not be appreciative of it. That's dropped him down to 19th place and given Polovchik another position. It's an ill wind that blows nobody some good. Michael Frey looking to make some good out of the position that he finds himself in, and that is in the wall as we jump on board. Just bouncing off the walls ever so slightly there. He's got Gaskell ahead and O'Sullivan behind him. Also, O'Sullivan's gone past. My apologies, I've missed that overtake there. Oh no, sorry, O'Sullivan has not gone past. Boothby's lost 2 spots. Has he lost another spot? I think there has been another bit of a change in the order there, because Bellick, yeah, he is now in between O'Sullivan and Boothby, so incredibly close there. Giraud, there may have been another little swap of position that I didn't pick up on. Let's say Bellick was recently involved in an accident, actually. So let's have a look and see. Oh, and he's almost killed Michael Frey. He very nearly took the back off the car as Boothby did end up. Yes, so as that was going on with the Honda up ahead, they were going 3 wide out the corner straight and again making contact on the straight. You don't love to see it. 2 by 2 into the final corner. I'm glad that we didn't miss that one though. They've still got it going on though as Sean Sullivan coming in the pits. Oh, because the pit window's open. That's been 10 minutes already. This track is absolutely insane for time disappearing, and they've all dived in. They're all going. Oh, sorry, they're not all diving in. A few of them have gone for the undercut. My apologies. O'Sullivan, Delphant, Boothby, Samir Foch is coming as well, potentially looking for a bit of track position. Because yeah, they will come out in a bit of clear air. Lewis Lavsky now finds himself hunted down by race favourite Grantis Kerekis. Having his Mustang that far ahead of the rest of the Mustangs around this course, an absolute massive benefit to him. He is now hunting down an Audi, which he's massively outgunned in qualifying and in race pace in race number 1. So I do think he's going to take it nice and easy here. If Lewis Lavsky does make a bit of a mistake, he'll pounce. If not, he's going to get him on the Conrod straight. It's simply a matter of time. The limping gazelle being hunted down by a fully functioning cheetah. It does almost seem fitting that the car he's driving is for Team Visceral, because it's going to be a very visceral overtake when he gets it done. So close, he's managing to maintain the gap all the way down the hill through the walls. Heavy on the brakes, just needs to nail this overtake. Could not get any closer at that wall on the left there. Incredible driving from Kerekis once again. And you can see just how much pace that Mustang has got. Added to a little cheeky bit of slipstream. It does take a bit longer for him to get past an Audi, but he is still going to be passed. Gets to the first chicane, gets to the first apex through the chase chicane. Is a comfortable lead. Now, does Kerekis come into the pits, or are the rest of the Mustangs that far behind that he stays out? There we go. We'll get an answer to that one. Kreuzelberg and someone, Michael Frey, and they're battling away as someone comes into the pits. Kreuzelberg's come in, so he's answered. A couple more cars following him in as well. Jan Boucher, he's come into the pits as well. Maybe carrying a bit of damage to get that repaired as early as possible. Sean Sullivan is back out of the pits. He's got Boothby in close attendance, but O'Sullivan is the lead driver to have taken a pit stop so far in the race. Boothby then in second position. Then it's Delphant and Van Rossum. Frangineo has been in as well. So too have Tepper, Guida, Lindblom and Everson. Both been in. Lindblom and Everson stocked for over double the normal amount of time. So getting a bit of damage repaired. Samir Foch is in the pit lane. Does have some kind of red marker next to his name. I don't think he has been. Yeah, we'll see when he comes back out on the pits. It's Penzes that I'm looking for. Sullivan, yeah, chopping and changing in the order as we've got cars in the pits. That's them now being passed. Tim Flake still over the back of Strekalowski. Yen Barr still holding on to third place as Kerekis already a second and a half up the road. Quite the drive by his. Penzes in the big old Mercedes down through Skyline. He was looking nice and close as well. Hasn't been able to get a move done. Livraji Sim Racing, welcome in on YouTube. Go Sunset Outrun. They most certainly are going. Still got a second place, 3.8 seconds ahead of Barr, so doing everything they need to at the moment. There is Pascal Giroux. Now let's see if he comes into the pits or tries to overtake Michael Frey, which he will do because Frey's come into the pit. Still got 15 minutes left. Of course, the track conditions are pretty good, optimum and 30 degrees. I do think it's going to come down a degree or two more. Sam Gaskell, the driver that stayed out. Now, interesting one. We'll see if any of the 255 drivers make it onto the podium. And we'll see the clear split in the strategies. With Boothby coming in as soon as the pit window was open. There is Gaskell. He's out and chasing, and he really is chasing. Barr's been certainly cooking in race number 1, and he's going to have to keep cooking if he's going to hang on to a podium in this race. That is one very quick Sam Gaskell behind him. McVeigh joins Frey in the pits. Have to be careful how we went around that one. Also Sullivan, Boothby and Delphant all making their way past Karakas. Still very much out and running down the hill again. He's still got 14.5 minutes left to take his pits. Yeah, so plenty of options available to him. And that is a teammate ahead of him, I believe. So yeah, that's nice in hand. So not much in the way of worryable traffic, certainly, when it is a teammate ahead of you. Let's see what Gaskell can do along the corner straight. Mustang versus Ferrari. I think we all know how this one ends. Although I'll tell you what, Bars has done absolute wonders to keep that much in contention this far into the corner straight. Both of them moving so quick, the cameraman couldn't even keep up there. On the exit though, it is the Mustang that does come out on top, and they both stay out as well. So do the drivers behind. That's Bures and Bellick both staying out. Out of the pitted drivers, it is still Shale Sullivan that is tenuously leading their charge, being chased by Boothby and Delphant. You can see them very much in exceptionally close attendance. Sullivan did look to get did look like he got closest to the wall there, so that'll certainly help with that corner exit and not giving up the slipstream too early. And yes, indeed he did. It's incredible the difference at that corner. Just how much of a time difference a few centimetres or even a few millimetres closer or further away from that wall can make to the exit speed and your eventual speed along the corner straight. These three are going to, of course, fly past the pit entrance. Bellick looking to fly past Bures if he can. Couldn't quite get it done on the mountain straight this time around, so he's going to have to settle for waiting for the Conrod straight, or a mistake from the Aston Martin driver. Before I could even formulate that, he bounced off the wall, so we're not putting that one down to curse of the commentator, please, thank you very much. But yeah, any more of those and Bellick is going to be clicking his heels. Oh, Delphant and Boothby, that is ridiculously close once again. Along the mountain straight, they're absolutely matched pace for pace. And they're in exactly the same machinery as well, which really does make it a very interesting game of cat and mouse. I'm sorry, I was just trying to make out, what does that say on the back of Boothby's spoiler? Anyone in the chat know? Any of George's viewers in the chat? What the hell is a... Can we see that from chase cam? No, we can't. Because it's the wrong car. What the hell is a kilometre? Repping for the old school, George. I love it, I love it. Polovchuk, he's loving it as well. Really struggled in race number 1, as I say. He's had an incredible run in race number 2, up to 18th place from 30th. And he's got Cody McVeigh not too far ahead, and I think that Aston can do decent things against the McLaren in a straight line. Boothby and Delphant still looking at, wow, and that's the bump in the road. Don't necessarily want to hit that when you've got cars front and back. They all do survive though. Boothby bouncing over the tarmac. Where is Karakas? He's heading up the mountain once again. Still got half the pit window left, so plenty of time before he makes his decision. Polovchuk did get the move done just at the end of the Conrod straight, of course he did. And into the chase, and that's Polovchuk up to 17th position. And he has taken his pit stop as well. Polovchuk is on for driving of the day so far. He is going to find his way into the top 10, and that is going to be an incredible piece of driving in this field. From 30th place. Mario Hoffman, he's currently sitting on 13 as well, but he hasn't taken his pit stop as yet. Let's see what Luboslavski is going to do against Gaskell, because lap time wise, Gaskell close to a second quicker a lap on average, but 7/10 of a second quicker over the average lap. We've got 2.8 behind them, so effectively 3 laps, and there is enough to do that in the current pit window. So Lubuslavski, does have a decision to make. Bellick and Buers having a decision to make, and that should we go side by side through the chase. Affirmative would be the answer for both drivers as they look to trade positions again. A little bit of scraping on both of their cars as they're chasing Jent Bars. He stayed out as well. So gone beyond the halfway mark of the race and the pit window. We're on 20 minutes of racing have gone so far. It is, yeah, absolutely wild. Oh, does Lubuslavski have damage? I'm being told in the YouTube chat. Oh no, somebody has damage. Apologies. Lavraji Simracing, yeah, does the Sunset Outrun car have some damage? That certainly won't aid the cause when you're trying to chase off Sam Gaskell when he's trying to chase down a championship. Pascal Giroux still chasing down Buers, Bellick and now Jent Bars. Oh, of course, Boothby got damage. Yes, from that early contact. Oh, and he didn't get it repaired either. He was only stationary for 27.4 seconds. So just a standard fuel stop. Oh, now that does make it very, very, very interesting indeed from that. Or certainly from our perspective. Makes it an absolute nightmare for Boothby. There is Sam Gaskell. He's already down to 1.5 seconds. Bellick and Buers is the battle that we're going to keep an eye on. Although maybe Giroux and Buers are battling. Bellick and Bars are battling. Bellick, Bars and Buers. Bars, Bellick, then Buers. There we go. Easy for me to say. Oh, and they get very close into the chase once again. Aston v Aston. That's a tough one to call. Oh, Sam Gaskell. Oh no, it's not a yellow flag. He's coming to the pits. Lubuslavski has come in as well, and Gaskell has closed that to within a couple of tenths in the braking zone there. Our race leader, Karekas, has stayed out. He's still got the fastest lap of the race as well, by just over a tenth of a second. Buers, Stiklowski, all coming into the pits. So we'll see where Shields Sullivan is. They're going to be staying. Oh, this is going to be very good. Oh, Boothby is going to be in a world of hurt, carrying damage when these drivers all come out of the pits. Let's see if Gaskell's in laps have been quick enough. They've certainly been quick. Hoffman and Penzez are moving. Gaskell stationary. Shields Sullivan very much not. It's a short pit exit, but they're out of the last corner. Sam Gaskell is moving. Lubuslavski just out ahead, and I think we're going to see, there we go, the chasing pack, and they are fully up to speed on warm tyres. No tyre change of course for the drivers, but you will lose a bit of temperature being stationary in the pit stop. We're going to have to see if the cameraman can keep up, please, thank you very much, and get a look and see just how close they are. They've only just gone up Quarry Bend. Here we go, 16 minutes to go, and it has absolutely come to life for the podium positions, to the podium positions, certainly not first place. This is all down to the smoothness of Grantis Karekas. An incredible drive in this one. Started in 6th place after nursing a damaged car in race number 1. He does decide to come into the pits with 6 minutes of the window and 16 minutes of the race left. We'll see what Bars and the gang do. Lubuslavski still leading the cars that are leading the charge for the podium. He's net 2nd place, and in fact he is 2nd place because O'Sullivan and Boothby are definitely both behind them. Bars and Giroux will both be coming into the pits. In fact, there's Bars coming in. He started in 1st place. I think he's going to come back out. Yeah, no, that seems to be broken, so we'll put the abacus down, and certainly not broken is the loud pedal in that Mustang, as you can hear it loudly come alongside. Very little in the way of a battle there from the Audi. When you've got a driver that quick behind you, and you've still got 15 minutes to get round this mountain, yeah, pick your fights. Absolutely pick your battles. Let's see where Karakas is. He's still stationary, and Gaskell is coming at the last corner. And he's dropped. There we go. We'll call that Jixer. Jixer. Oh, 30 seconds. Quite a long stop. Compared to the 27 of everyone else. Right, so he's taking, but 30.1, that's not enough to change tyres, is it? Well, imagine he's changed tyres just to absolutely wring the neck out of it. Sacrifice 3 seconds in your pit stop to gain potentially more than that in the race in the fresh boots. That's yeah, that's a big call, and that is why he is championship leader. Heading up the hill through the cutting on lap number 12, it is still O'Sullivan, Boothby and Delphant whose bonnet we are on board with. Still got 4 minutes to the pit window to go. Giroux and Flake are leading the field. Of course, they've still got their pit stops to take. So what we think, my apologies, let me just see. Giroux, there is Giroux coming in. He is going to lose a few spots. Yeah, he should come out, he should actually sneak his way into the top 10. As Flake comes in as well. The rest of the field's so close, so he might actually come out outside the top 15. So we'll see if he gets on when he does. Luboslavski then, that's an intimidating rear view mirror that he's got at the minute. He's got another 3 Mustangs absolutely breathing down his neck, looking to take that final podium spot that he's done well to hang on to so far. Boothby and Delphant once again getting so close. And yeah, it's starting to show actually, now that you know Boothby's got a bit of damage, it does make sense the fact that Delphant gets very close to Boothby under slipstream, but Boothby just can't seem to encroach on Shea Sullivan's personal space at the minute, which I'm sure he is delighted about. But he is chasing down a podium. We've got a follow in the English channel. It's that Ganjarov. Thank you very much for the follow here at LFM on the English channel. Enjoy your viewing. If you do race, get yourself onto the LFM website, Low Fuel Motorsport. 250,000 drivers cannot be wrong. And of course, we've got 24 hours of Nordsled coming up. Audi cheers, says Delta in the German chat as well. So the Audi being cheered on by everyone. Well, everyone except for these 3 Mustangs. This one belonging to Shea O'Sullivan. He is no stranger to the top step in the podium. He's, whoa, certainly no stranger to taking last second avoiding action there. Audi bounced slightly off the wall. Just a bit of neck hold either way. O'Sullivan felt the need to give it a bit of avoidance just to make sure. Better safe than sorry. Certainly around here. Again, mighty Mustang, not quite mighty enough on this lap. O'Sullivan is reeling them in. He's still got 11 minutes to work his magic. That's a very good exit from the chase chicane. Boothby and Delphant now dropping a bit behind. He's going for it in the final corner. He's absolutely gone full send. The Saurus there, and he's managed to make it stick. And the Audi has lost a whole lot of pace here, and even the damaged Boothby, he's managed to pull alongside, and he's going to get this one done in turn number 1. Two places in 2 corners there, and it's going to be 3 and 2 if Delphant gets his way. In fact, it's going to be 3 and 3, sorry, because Delphant along the mountain straight looks like he is looking to take advantage. They're both very cleverly moving over. He's given the Audi slipstream there, which is exactly what you wanted to do, and that might be enough to keep the Audi ahead up the mountain. They've almost made contact, and he's managed to survive there, but out on the curb goes Eric Delphant. and he will stay in 6th position while Shiel Sullivan finds himself on the final podium spot. Sam Gaskell still in 2nd place, 4.3 down on Karakas. I wonder if Karakas took on tyres with that stop.
The pit window is closing now.
And there we go, that is the pit window closed, so all the drivers have been in. Got 29 on track at the moment. So one driver's not made it to the end, we lost 2 in race 1, 1 in race 2. Delphine Kreuzlberg. There we go, so more Aston on Aston action. Of course, Polovchuk. Yeah, absolute driver of the day for Polovchuk. 18 places, started last, he's in 13th. He is fending off Kreuzlberg, who's dropped 9, although Gaskell up 13 to 2nd, not bad. Not bad at all. This is a little Aston duel that's going on, and you love to see it as they pull along the Conrod straight. It's going to be Kreuzlberg on the outside line, holds on to the position. Yeah, fellow Aston driver realising that we've got the same machinery, we're going to be braking in the same spot, and Fabian Buers will be loving seeing that. Of course, he is leading the trio of Astons at the minute from 11th place. Oh, we've got Stregelovski. Oh, and he's gone past McVeigh. He has managed to nail that one past McVeigh pretty comfortably in the end. The Aston again, given the McLaren more than we can handle on the straights. Pinzez in the Mercedes, trying to get the job done on Jan Boucher, who's looking for a recovery drive down to 15th place. And what we can do actually, I've not had a look at the penalties. So Jan Boucher did get a 10-second penalty for causing a collision on lap number 1. We also had another penalty coming in, car number 29. Mario Hoffman, he got a 10-second penalty for a lap 1 incident. Boucher got a 15-second penalty for a second incident on lap number 1. And car 3 got a warning. There was also a penalty come in for car number 8. So Polovchuk did get a 5-second penalty, forcing a car off track. So he has picked up a penalty in this one, but he is still absolutely flying. So it hasn't slowed him down any. Karakas, it's actually Boothby that I'm looking for then. So Boothby might be carrying a bit of damage, but he really is giving O'Sullivan all he can handle at the minute. Delphine seems to have dropped back. I think we're making their way through some traffic as Lewis Lavsky as well. Giraud swapping positions with Frey. So Pascal Giraud swapping positions with Michael Frey. That means Giraud's only down a net 1 in this race. Frey up 1 position. Bellick up 2. Boothby up the exhaust pipe of Shea O'Sullivan. 255 versus Visceral Esports. We can see O'Sullivan and Boothby. It's the final podium position that's up for grabs there. Which one of them? And it's a team battle as well. We've got Visceral in P1, 255 in P2, Visceral P3 and 255 in P4. So we're going to have, oh well, actually I'm not going to say that out loud because it's Bathurst and there's 6 minutes in the mountain to navigate still, but it does look like we're going to have 2 from one team and 1 from the other. Hopefully we've got no arguing in the green room before the end of the reviews. We'll see team on team action. Could well erupt. We've got Karakas still absolutely flying up in the front of the field, although Sam Gaskell really is keeping him as honest as the day is long. He's just gone 3/10 quicker on that previous lap, and based on the timings that I'm seeing at the minute, I think it is well in Gaskell's favour at the moment. Karakas, yellow flag for the race leader. Let's have a look and see what we've got going on here. All of these on through the chase chicane. Okay. Yeah, apologies, so he didn't have an incident. That was just him entering the pits. There is Boothby looking to enter the back seat of Shea O'Sullivan's Mustang if he can. Boucher is looking to get himself inside the top 20 if he can. He has got David Pepper absolutely banged to rights for pace at the moment. Oh, and that's a big hit. That's a big hit for the Mustang. That is going to be 2 Ferraris go flying past. And that is absolutely not what you need. Big bounce off the wall. Oh, Guido with the yellow flag. He's just put himself into the wall. Sorry, he's put himself on the grass to let a blue flag pass. He's moved over a bit far. That is, oh, wow. He's absolutely mounted the curve there. Franginio and Pepper making contact. Boucher did survive that a little coming together. Oh, and that is Adam Pinzez. His Mercedes has not survived something. Let me see. Nothing on the incident sheets. But yeah, that is a big one there for the Samurais racing team. Merck. That is not aerodynamically sound. Jan Boucher looking to get a position on Franginio. We'll see if he can get it done. The Ferrari is going to struggle against Franginio's Mustang here. He did get a very good run out of Hell's Corner. It looks like he was thinking about the cutback there, but yeah, not. Wily campaigner Franginio, he's managed to close or keep the door firmly closed there. Looks like O'Sullivan has. He's definitely kept that door closed. Gaskell's doing his best to open it. He's got that gap down to 3 seconds. He is driving the rubber off the rims in that Mustang right now. Trying to catch up to Kurekis, because this will be yeah, this is a very important result tonight. Only 2 races, or 2 rounds after this, 3 races left to go. The championship could not be closer at the top than Kurekis after his result in race number 1. Really does need to bring home a win here. But having Gaskell in second, it certainly will keep him on his toes after Gaskell's result in race number 1. Oh, I'll tell you, Nürburgring, 90 minutes, it will be absolutely it. Oh, the ENG was lap 1, turn 1. Right, okay. Yeah, there was lots going on. I maybe didn't even mention that, but there's been so much going on. It's amazing how quickly those things slip out. And he's gone back past again. They're having a rare old time between the two of them. Again, Bars, who started in first place and finds himself in 11th and absolutely entrenched in a battle here as well. It is the trio of Astons have just absolutely mugged them there. Given their top end speed, no massive surprise. Kurekis 3.1, he's cut the deficit in average lap time to Gaskell. Boothby, there's no deficit in the difference between these two. Boothby, I tell you, that damage, you will find that very frustrating, given how much or how closely he's managing to stay to O'Sullivan at the moment. That little bit of damage could be making a whole lot of difference. And oh, both of them hitting the wall there. Both of them hitting the wall. I was just about to say Eric Delfant will be keeping a close eye on this. They both just clipped off the wall. If you're already carrying damage, you don't want to be losing any more carbon fibre off the side of your car, that is for sure. They seem to yeah, no, Delfant coming back at them. Boothby within 2/10 once again. Jan Boucher still trying to find his way past Franginio if he can. Not being able to do so far. That's the final lap already. Granis Kurekis has started the final lap. That's actually been 40 minutes of racing. Or sorry, 41 minutes of racing because there's a minute left on the clock. But yeah, that is Kurekis in the lead. 2.8 seconds. Gaskell is closing the gap with O'Sullivan and Boothby. 3/10 of a second. Shea O'Sullivan furiously flashing the headlights there to let the car in front, who is blue flagged, know that they're coming. Nicely pulls out of the way. Oh, he's put 2 wheels on the grass there as he was braking. That's a bit of a brave one from O'Sullivan. Or is it? It's O'Sullivan. These drivers are all alien level. Oh, Franginio and Boucher temporarily swapping position, but Boucher unable to make it stick. as they got along the Conrod straight. Yet you would always expect the Mustang to have more pace, but I'll tell you what, the nimble Ferrari's got it nailed around the outside going into turn number 1. Boucher looking to hold on to P18. Yeah, Franzanillo will try on the Conrod straight on the next lap, but he's going to have to wait till then, because he's not going to beat the Ferrari over the mountain. Lewis Lavsky has been overtaken by Bellick. So Lewis Lavsky is now behind Frey and Bellick as well, so he's dropped down to 8th place after starting in 2nd, still in this field. It's, yeah, still incredible running. Grantis Kavakis coming along the Conrod straight. He will be delighted with this P1 after that race 1 result. I can guarantee you he is the happiest man on the grid out there. Sam Gaskell will be pretty happy himself, bringing 2nd place. Of course, Kavakis ahead of him. Not great for the championship. Here comes Boothby though, he's going for it side by side in the last corner. O'Sullivan, he's had a bit of a wiggle, he's lost traction, and Boothby's giving him a bit of a tap in the rear as Grantis Kavakis takes the checker flag. Then so too does Sam Gaskell, but then it is Shea O'Sullivan and George Boothby we're going to watch, and it's going to be O'Sullivan that does hang on to the position. An almighty battle to decide the final podium spot as Boothby in 4th, Delphant in 5th, Michael Frey sees the checkered flag for 6th with Bellick in 7th, Luka Lavsky finishing in 8th, Giroux in 9th, and Tim Kreuzelberg rounding out the top 10. Polovchuk, what a drive, up to 11th place from 30th with Bars in 12th, Buers in 13th, Van Rossum in 14th, and Stregalowski in 15th position, Cody McVeigh in 16th with Tim Flagg in 17th position. Jan Boucher coming through the chase chicane. He's going to finish in 18th place ahead of Alex Franginio. Adam Penzes with the damage will round out the top 20. But it is our championship leader that's brought home the bacon. Let's see, David Tepper 21st, Schwartz in 22nd with Lindblom in 23rd, Rancano in 24th place with Robinson, 24th place, easy for me to say, Robinson in 25th with Manaram in 26th position, Everson bringing home 27th place, Guida in 28th, and Hoffman got 29th position. Race that was. Very nearly lost my voice there right at the end as we were crossing the line. Let me just quickly get set up. We've got audio, of course, as I say. We'll see if any of the podium drivers do jump in. Yeah, so some of the drivers might jump in. We'll get the full results up on the screen as soon as they are available, and we will pop on the highlights. In the short term, a couple more penalties were handed out. Cars 31, 10 and 15 all picking up. Close that. Perfect. So yeah, a couple more drivers picking up penalties. That'll be added to their time across the line. The results should be with us momentarily. What we can do, of course, there are the prizes up for grabs. The calendar, we can see Watkins, Trent, Silverstone, Road to Spa, Barcelona, Red Bull Ring, Monza, Imola, Kailani, all now in the rear view mirror, joined by Bathurst, Suzuka, and the Nordschleife left. A considerable prize pool up for grabs. And that is a move through the last chicane. And he's just popped out of the wall there. Got an unfortunate contact with the wall. At that point, let's see. Right, okay. It doesn't look like we've got anyone joining us from the series. We'll get the results up on screen and we will reconfirm that. Hey, a raid from the German channel. Good evening to everyone that was watching over with Chris on the LFM German channel. What a race that was. The mountain never disappoints. That is for absolutely sure. And yeah, another absolutely cracking outing there this evening. What we do have, Sam Gaskell has joined us. Tell you what, we'll get Sam in straight away. Oh no, we won't. We will get... There we go. Joining us in the commentary box, one of the drivers involved in the podium heroics there. He got himself a race win last week and he's got himself another podium this week as Visceral Esports one and only Mr. Shay O'Sullivan. Good evening, Shay. Quite a race again this evening.
Yeah, it was it was an interesting one from start to finish, definitely.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, we've said a few times this season already, the reverse order grid is a fun thing to deal with in race number 2, but around a course like this, I mean, that extra, it's got to add an extra few BPMs to the heart rate, I would imagine.
Yeah, it was, I knew race 2 was going to be chaos at the start, and my main goal was just don't pick up major damage or any kind of damage, really. And I think I escaped the majority of it on lap 1, but yeah, I'm not a fan of this track, so I think a double podium I'm quite happy with.
Oh, I mean, yeah, quite happy with. There you go. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if it's only a double podium, Sam, I'm not interested unless it's a double win, to be fair, but there we go. Your pit strategy, there was a big split in the field. We had quite a few of you drivers pop in literally as soon as the pit window opened. Was that pre-planned or was that just, I'm in a lot of traffic here, I'm going to jump in, or what was the thinking behind the pit strategy for this one?
It was more just depending on how much I was being held up in traffic, and at the time there was a lot of fighting going on in front of me, so it was sort of a do what the cars ahead don't do. So had they come in, I would have stayed out, and vice versa.
Right, okay. And how did you find the conditions out there today? Because they did seem pretty decent for the drive, apart from all the traffic, although with 30 degrees around Bathurst, that's not too bad in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, exactly. It made it a lot easier. It's sort of perfect conditions, really. So, yeah, there wasn't any major temps for tyre wear concern or anything. So, yeah, that was a lot nicer to have.
Yeah, definitely makes it a bit easier. And of course, we have still got, of course, 2 races left. We've got Suzuka, well, technically 3 races. We've got the reverse order grid. We've got Suzuka next week and the Northside the week after. We've got Suzuka next week. Now, Suzuka is an interesting track to say the least. Like, turn 1, I think, flies under the radar as one of the most difficult turn 1s out there. I know Monza, but I do think turn 1 at Suzuka a lot more difficult. How do we think the Mustang is going to go up Suzuka next week, and how much are you looking forward to that, or not, as the case may be?
Yeah, I'm relatively looking forward to it. I usually enjoy a Suzuka quite a lot, and for racing, it's like not amazing at times, but there's definitely worse tracks out there. And yeah, T1 can be hectic because it just bunches up so bad.
Yeah, it really does. It doesn't mess about that turn 1. So high speed all the way through. I'm just looking at the standings, which I believe haven't quite been fully updated. But how are you feeling going into the final couple of races as far as the championship goes, Shay? You're currently sitting in 4th position. A little bit of ground to make up to Boothby, but it's motor racing. Anything can happen. Where are you seeing yourself finishing the championship, do we think?
I'd like... Obviously, I mean, the main goal is everyone would like to win it, but after the season, I think a top 3 I'd be quite happy with. So my sights are set on a P3 at least.
Yeah, nice. Well, the Mustangs are going well, and it's been quite a season you've had so far, so absolutely wouldn't put it against you. And it would be nice. Team Visceral Two of you on the podium ahead of the 255 team tonight. That must feel good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Love to hear it. Yeah, keep it between the drivers and the teams as well. Keeps it much more interesting for us on track. Well, Shay, listen, another phenomenal drive tonight, as I say, or as you mentioned, double podium in a 20 and a 40 minute race with the reverse order grid. Not too shabby a showing at all, and definitely one of the front runners to get yourself those incredible prizes at the end of the season. So congratulations once again for tonight, and absolute best of luck in the season going forward.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Here we go then, folks. Shay O'Sullivan, another double podium to his name here in the CaseKing.de Pro Series. And I'm a bit of a fanboy of Shay. He started racing way back when I started commentating, and I've always been aware, and he's very, very good. He is very, very good. Absolutely no denying that. Speaking of another driver that is very, very good, it's the one and only Sam Gaskell, sandwiched by the Visceral drivers on the podium this week. Does manage to bring home a second place and was definitely looking for the race win, getting the gap down to 3 seconds. Couldn't quite manage it though, but still, second place here in the big race after the reverse order grid, Sam. You've got to be happy with that.
Definitely after lap 1, turn 2. I mean, I gained like 5 positions in one corner. Proper Moses moment. But yeah, I also forgot my fan halfway through, which I always felt like I was going to pass out halfway through. But yeah, I'm happy. I was pretty surprised, to be honest. You know, starting P15 in Bathurst and finishing P2, especially with drivers in this grid, you know, it's pretty surprising. But yeah, good points. Very good for the championship. So yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, so you were going for full simulator conditions tonight. You thought, you know what? We're driving in Australia, so in honour of that, I'm going to cook myself alive in 40-degree temperatures and still bring home a podium. There is no end to your talent, Sam. It's quite annoying. Save some for the rest of us. How did you think? How was your pit strategy affected by the race tonight? We've just heard Shay say he basically did the opposite to everyone around him to get out of the traffic. How did you see your pit strategy tonight? Because Bathurst reverse so close at the start of the race, finding a little bit of space on the track, nigh on impossible. How was your pit strategy decided tonight? Because you stayed out a bit longer than the rest of your teammates.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was in the right position. I mean, obviously they were a little bit further back, and you know, getting past certain people quickly definitely helped. I mean, being where I was at that time, you know, thinking about the strategy definitely was an advantage. I mean, you know, Grantas had every right to go super long. I mean, he had clean air, so I kind of thought, you know what, I'll do the same thing. Ran my tank out, went as long as possible, take as little fuel for the next stint, you know, especially with these tyres where we're double stinting for some of the rounds. And yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go as long as I can. I'm in clean air, why not? And yeah.
Yeah, worked out well, and you were definitely closing the gap on Grantis at the end there. You got that down to just under 3 seconds. I think he changed tyres. He was stationary for just over 30 seconds, so I think he's changed that. I will be asking him instantly. I'm just checking the series standings. Haven't quite been
I don't think he did, because he only came out the pits. He was only 6.5 seconds, I think, ahead of me going into the pits, and he only lost 2 seconds. And changing tyres is usually 5. I think he just had a really slow stop. I mean, he was super far ahead, so he could have just taken it safe. So I think that's what he was doing.
Right, okay. Yeah, quite possibly. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do, actually, mid-interview, because it was where I was about to go with my next line of question, but I'm going to bring up the standings, Sam.
Yes.
And we can see there, in P3 in the standings, it's a gentleman called George Boothbay. You'll never have heard of him. We've got someone in second place. He goes by the name of Grantas Karekas. And in first place, in the championship, after 10 rounds, is a gentleman by the name of Sam Gaskell.
Nice. Solid.
So there you go, you've gone from 7 points behind to 22 points in the lead. A gargantuan lead by the standards that are set in this league, Sam. How do you feel? Championship leader with 2 rounds to go. Not a bad place to be.
I think it's pretty good. I mean, I think they're yet to add another 2 drop rounds, so I think I might be a little bit further ahead, but I'm happy. I mean, after last round, I think, you know, if it had gone smoothly, it might be a little bit further ahead as well, but yeah, I'm very happy to bring it back, especially, you know, after the mistake last round and early on in the season. You know, it's good to get a result like that.
Indeed it is, and it keeps it nice and spicy for us watching as well, right down to the wire. How are you feeling going into Suzuka? I was speaking to Shay. I absolutely love the track. I think it's got one of the most underrated turn ones as far as difficulty goes, certainly. But yeah, the Mustangs, very strong field, and of course you're going to have to do the top 15 reverse again around there. How are you feeling with the Mustang going into Suzuka?
Very good. I mean, last season, me and Grantas were very successful there. I mean, it was me and him dogfighting for the whole race, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it goes. I mean, obviously, like you said, there's going to be top 15 reverse, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting, especially with turn one. You know, it's two pretty high-speed corners, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I have no clue what the tyre wear's like. I can't remember what it's like, so it'll be interesting, but yeah, I'm confident.
Good stuff. And just to stir it up a bit more, I mean, ask a question. Your teammate George very nearly got Shay through the chase chicane. You're the only 255 driver on the podium, surrounded by Team Visceral for this one. How are you guys feeling? I know in the team standings, 255 have got a 222 point lead over Visceral going into the last two rounds. So as far as the team side of things goes, how are you feeling against Visceral?
I don't usually pay attention to the team stuff, but that's good. That's very good. I don't think there's any prizes for it, but you know, bragging rights is always better to have. So
my eternal admiration for winning the team championship, Sam. Possibly more because you won. It's
nothing.
Yeah.
It's the best you can get. Apart from the $2.5 grand prize pool, but yeah,
Really?
very happy.
And here was me thinking my admiration was actually worth something. But there we go. Sam, listen, congratulations again. Another incredible night of driving. Back-to-back podium. If I had a tenth of your talent, I would jack in the comedy and get back behind the wheel. I really would. Phenomenal
Appreciate
driving
it.
Again tonight. Really, really wonderful stuff, and absolute best of luck going forward for the rest of this, for the finale of the season.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Cheers, Sam. There we go. 255 competitions. Sam Gaskell. No other teammates for him on the podium, but certainly Shea Sullivan had a driver on the podium, and we've definitely got his microphone live this time. Someone in the chat saying no sound. There absolutely is sound, so hopefully you just need to refresh your browser. Thank you for the raids as well, Top Racing TV and Francineo for the follow. Now that the housekeeping's done, here he is, ladies and gents, race fans, young and old, Mr. Grantas Karekas had a tough race one and really turned it around in race 2. How are you feeling after tonight overall, Grantas? Because that was quite a topsy-turvy night for you.
Yeah, definitely was. Not happy at all, even with the win. I mean, that's what the least I could do after that terrible race one. Obviously, qualifying didn't help. I think that was my worst qualifying performance the whole season. I definitely had the pace to get pole position because it's like one of my favorite tracks. And unfortunately, I got blocked in the quali by a slower car ahead of me while I was improving. So, yeah, definitely not ideal. And then obviously had a very tough start in race 1, which, you know, obviously there's also contact and crash behind me, which then got into me, and I had a huge damage, so I just couldn't really do much. And then you obviously had to do what it takes to finish P1. It was pretty good. I mean, overall, I'm happy with the pace, I guess, but just not happy with the quali and round 1 and the race 1.
Yeah, race 1 was a tough, and I have to say as well, Grantas, I know this might sound like a strange thing to you. You're a fierce competitor, we understand that, but to a mere mortal like myself, to see the absolute sportsmanship, because you were carrying damage and you were surrounded by 4 cars. If those 4 cars overtook you, you would have started on the front 2 rows of the grid in race number 2. That never even crossed your mind, did it? All you were thinking about race 1 was just bring home the best position possible, and we'll deal with race 2 when it comes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you score more points finishing higher, so you just wanna take as many points as possible in a situation like this, always. And it doesn't matter if you start a bit further behind on the second race, but you still have a lot of time to make those positions back in the race 2, which I did.
Yes, you did. They say it's a nil win that blows nobody some good. Certainly, as you say, the race 1 had hugely detrimental effect on your charge for the win in that race. But then in race 2, of course, we've seen how dominant the Mustangs were here tonight. I pegged you. I instantly saw you starting in 6th with the rest of the Mustangs down in 11th, and insta favourite for me at the start of the race, given the pace not only that you've got, that the Mustangs got. Given what had happened in race 1, did you think to yourself at the start of race 2, you know what, I've got the rest of the Mustangs behind me, I can really concentrate on going forward here and make amends for the race, for what happened in race 1?
Yeah, of course, when you start ahead all of your rivals in race 2, always helps. And the start was a bit weird. Actually, George somehow got in front of me, even though it was like 5 positions or 4 positions behind me.
Yep.
But luckily got it was like 3 wide going to turn 2, so it was like never gonna work. So I mean, he crashed out, and I went through, and yeah, just carried on, and I finished the race ahead of them all.
And I've asked the other drivers about their pit strategy. I mean, you pretty much had a very open pit strategy, comfortably out in the front. Was your original plan to stay out for as long as you did, or did that adapt with the way that the race had panned out up until that point? Because a lot of drivers did come in early.
Yeah, of course, I mean, it's a tough track to overtake, even though there are 2 long straights, because of the middle sector. You just can't go from it at all because of the walls surrounding you. So of course people are going to be undercutting, and my initial plan was to stay out as long as possible, because I knew there won't be as many cars in front of me. I'm gonna have a clean air potentially, and which I did. Stay to my plan, try to go as long as possible, and yeah, pitted very late. So that was my initial plan, and the plan succeeded.
It really did. It really did. I'll talk about the championship in a second. Visceral doing well tonight, 2 on the podium with 255. Team championship's quite close. Is that something that you keep an eye on yourself? Bit of playful banter, bit of one-upsmanship with the other teams?
I mean, it's always cool to be in front, but in team championship. But I mean, I never really take a look at that championship. I don't really understand the point system there, because I just checked, and there's some weird points, and I just couldn't really understand them. So I'm just not gonna care about it too much. I'm just gonna try and finish as good as possible in the driver's standings.
Yeah, not understandable. We did have a look at the standings, and tonight you went into tonight with a 7-point lead over Sam. You're now 22 points behind him. So that race win in race 2, all important. How are you feeling going into the final? Well, 2 rounds, but it's going to be 3 races, of course. 20 minutes in Suzuka, 40 minutes in Suzuka, and then 90 minutes at the Nürburgring.
Yeah, well, obviously there are still drop rounds needs to be taken into account, so I'm gonna be a bit further behind.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, last 2 rounds, and I'm not even sure if I'm gonna drive the next one, because I have some plans, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. So if I'm not gonna make it, I think the champ's pretty much over, but the fight for P2, I'm sure, is still very much on. So yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting.
It will be interesting. Well, certainly from a spectator's point of view, I genuinely hope you can make it next week, because I love watching the races that you put on, Grant, as yourself, your teammate Shay, George, the whole field. Incredible driving and sportsmanship, and you absolutely love to see it. Congratulations on your results tonight, Grant. That's well and truly deserved in race number 2 after a very difficult race number 1, and absolutely all the best going forward into the final 2 rounds and with the championship, my man.
Thank you so much, man. Hope to see you next time again.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
There we go, Grant Askarekas. Yep, I hope to be here the next time as well. Absolutely love this competition. That is the end of tonight's race. So we've got a bit more. Claire 1972, Clarel 972. My apologies, I don't have my glasses on. Thank you very much for the follow. Thanks for the raids as well. Hopefully we did get trackside mic. TV's sound working. We need to speak to the trackside booth. But there is confirmation of the standings up on screen. I did bring them up while Sam was out there. We can see Sam is leading the way with Garantis in 2nd and George Booth being 3rd. Shields Sullivan 4th and Delphant in 5th place. Minar is in 6th with Bellick and Foch 7th and 8th. So those 2 swapping positions. Lawrence Van Rossum dropping a couple of positions as well. And Tim Flagg up 10th place. Humble Sub Tamer Wasner didn't race this evening. David Tepper, Michael Frey 14th and 15th, with Cody McVeigh in 16th, Fabian Buers and Mario Hoffman 17th and 18th, with Jan Luigi Guida and Alexander Lubislavski with a good result tonight, rounding out the top 20, just ahead of Tim Klauselberg there in 21st, Hageman in 22nd, Lindblom, who did race tonight, in 23rd, Pluderman and Tobias Haig 24th and 25th place. So congratulations again to everyone, and again thank you to everyone that's been in the stream supporting on YouTube and on Twitch. Thank you for all the likes, the subscribes and the follows. We've just had another one, Info Guile. Thank you very much for the follow as well. Lots of links in the chat for the sponsors, shop partners. There's Patreon in there as well if you want to help support the phenomenal work that Low Fuel Motorsport does. All this racing. And remember as well, 1st of November, remember, the 1st of November, the 24 hours of the Nords. It almost works. So make sure you get signed up for that, and we'll have plenty of coverage of it as well on the English, German and Spanish channels. Well, that is all we've got time for this evening. Thank you again to everyone. Thanks to CaseKing.de for sponsoring it. Thank you to LFM. And until next time, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.